wondered about your future? What do you want to be when you grow up? Will you get that dream job that you've been thinking of since you were 5 years old? Will you make enough money with that dream job? Can you do what you love and also live a financially stable life with the job you've been thinking of since you were 5 years old? You were 5, by the way. Well, like it or not, we're all going to face that nagging little thing in our mind that is money. People have done stupendous things for money. They killed for money. They declared wars. They drawn up treaties, all for the sake of gaining or preventing the loss of money or something of a similar value or use. I know it's stressful to think about money and its impact and how it literally dictates everything we've ever done in human history. But really, instead of complaining, one can actually deal with it and become the master, as Tony Robbins, author of Money Mastered Again, 7 Simple Steps of Financial Freedom, once said, "What matters is that you master money, and it doesn't master you, then you are free to live life on your own terms." Hello everybody, my name is Ying Yue, and today I will be demonstrating how you can have your financial stability today. One way we can start is by saving up money early on in life when money isn't really your main concern. Allowances and money gifts during Christmas or Chinese New Year, instead of spending it all, you can just save it up for maybe when life gets a bit hairy and you need a little financial backup. But money has to come from somewhere, right? And so that's where you might start a business. There are countless examples of young people like you and me who are making millions from their ideas, their business ideas. But maybe you don't want millions. Maybe you just want a stable income. Maybe you think that the business world is just too cutthroat. You don't want to stress about business, or maybe you just don't have a business idea. Fret not. Listen carefully, as there is a way where we can all make money. And you don't need the business savvy of a world-class politician. Maybe you've heard of this thing called investing. Maybe your parents do it for a living. I know mine do. Or maybe you're in history and economics class and you're learning about how people in the 1930s are losing money in the stock market. Okay, I may have scared you off before I get started, but back on track. Investing in general is when you entrust your money to a company through the means of buying shares or stock of the company. You're technically actually owning that piece of the company that you bought, the shares or stock, but you're only owner by name, technically. Do any of you have a bank account? If you do, entrusting your money to the bank is actually a form of investment because banks are businesses, right? And their way of making money is by safeguarding your money and loaning money to other people. When you entrust your money to the bank, they get full use of that money that you entrust to them for loans, mortgages, or credit cards, or whatever banks do. And that is also why when you, every year, banks also give you back a certain very small percentage of your money on top of the money you put in the bank, usually about 2 to 4%. So like, let's say I put 100 ringgit in the bank, after a year, then I may get back about, 2 ringgit or 4 ringgit. It's not really much. Another way of investment is by property buying. That is when you buy a property and depending on circumstances, over time, the price will either go up, or go down, or stay the same. So, let's say I buy an apartment and I live in there because it's convenient and it's near school. I graduate and I sell the apartment, and depending on the circumstances, the value of the apartment will have either increased or decreased. And potentially, I'm really just making money just by living in that place. Now, you might think that, so what I've been talking about earlier is all very, very low risk, low key, low reward type of investments. As a well-known saying in the investment world is high risk, high reward, low risk, low reward. As I said before, entrusting your money to a bank or investing in property isn't actually a very high reward type of situation. You won't get much money back. But now let's get into high risk territory. High risk investing is when you entrust your money to a living, breathing company. The newer the company, the more high risk and potentially highly profitable it's going to be. Like Tesla. No one really thought about how Tesla would turn out about a year ago. I don't know. So let's say, for example, that my friend wants to start a lemonade and cookie business. She needs money to start off, so me and my other friends, we decide to invest in her business and wait. Because FYI, a lot about investing is waiting because businesses need time to grow. So then let's say it's the summer season. Everyone wants lemonade in the summer, right? And so business is good, she makes a profit, she shares it with us, everyone's happy. But then let's say it's the winter season. Nobody really wants lemonade in the winter, right? And so business is doing not so good. And so the shares you invested in, the value of the share would have decreased because business ain't doing good, right? So let's say you lose hope and you just sell the share and get back your money, which is significantly reduced since the money that you put in. But then let's say suddenly a celebrity scientist starts talking about the nutritional benefits of lemonade. Now everyone wants lemonade all seasons of the year. Well, for you missed out the opportunity in investing. Now, you may think that investing is boring and that people who invest are usually middle-aged, people who are balding and wearing suits. Well, I thought so too, admittedly, but then my dad dispelled all of these words for me with an experiment. So, a little confession on my part, I am a big fan of K-pop. I love the idols, I love the music, I love everything about it. And so my dad, he took advantage of the fact and compiled for me the financial reports, the financial statements, which is basically an annual financial report that every registered company releases annually, and gave me the 4 biggest K-pop companies and their financial statements, and asked me to analyze them for myself and see which ones seemed to be the best choice of investment. Long story short, it was riveting. I loved reading the data. I loved finding the secrets of these companies because numbers can't lie. And the triumph that I felt when I knew that I was learning these secrets, and nothing could hide them from me because businesses still can't lie with the numbers. Now you might think that why should I invest? I could just get a normal job in life and I don't have to worry about how my money is doing in some random company that I don't know how it will turn out in the future. Well, I trust that my audience here are mostly people who are in secondary or are people who are preparing for college. Well, what we people have over your average stockbroker is that we're young. We can take more risks. I said before, higher risk, high reward. When you are young, you don't have as much worries as your parents. You can take more risks. You can, recklessly put all your money in this one company, and maybe you lost it all or you made a big profit out of it. It doesn't really matter. You have more years. You have way more years in front of your future to just relearn these mistakes and be more wiser. Besides, investing won't actually take up much of your time. Even people with full-time jobs can still invest. 10 minutes each evening just to look up on financial data or read up on your investments, see how your money is doing, and maybe occasionally making decisions such as if you want to invest, or you want to sell some of your shares, or you just want to check up on more companies. Imagine a world where university students don't need to work full-time jobs on top of their lectures just to pay for their expenses. Imagine a world where you can do what you love and you don't really need to worry about your money because you know how to let it grow in the stock market. If you follow my advice and take up investing, then this could be your or not too far future for all of us. Thank you.